and let's watch Inside Star Citizen together.
Me again. It's time for part 2 of Alpha 315 Changes Everything. This week, the team is back to talk
Exactly what I've been waiting for, because last time they kind of teased personal inventory, but they stopped and said, "Hey guys, you need to wait another week." 8 minutes long. I kind of wish they showed us more, but the things you're about to see are quite intriguing.
inventory and finally put all those globals and locals and vehicles and externals and personals into context with one another as they set the table for a truly physicalized universe coming down the line.
Healing, we're introducing like the next big step towards Death of a Spaceman. Now we're introducing the first huge leap towards
Okay, so this is
physicalized
interesting,
imagery.
chat. The new
This is
UI.
really
Please let me know what
the
you
biggest
think.
milestone for imagery in general.
I don't know. I kind of wish they took the Tarkov approach.
Physicalized imagery is really an attempt to make players think and make choices.
This is the loop where you have to decide what I take with me is the stuff that I have access to me.
And those choices should be reflecting players' gameplay choices, their styles.
Okay, so what do we have here, okay? We have the local storage, which is typically the location where you're at and whatever you bought. I don't know how exactly this will end up being in-game, because they haven't really talked so much about how things are stored. And as you see, different things take different inventory space, which is definitely not something they said it's, I don't know, uh, allocated. It doesn't really say, it just says SCU something, but it seems to be on 0. I'm curious what, oh, it says capacity, so no, it's no number here. Here we have 45,000K on the backpack, which I imagine it will have like a limited size. And we have the core, and I think we have even legs and stuff. So we'll see this at a later time.
That you get emergent roles.
So you move them from side to side. If you want to store them in the actual backpack, you drag them in the container. If you want to attach them to you, then I think what you do is store them, is attach them to the ports, right?
You get emergent roles.
Look, so it hovers, see? So if you drag it on the hands, I think it will store it on the hand storage, or leg storage, or chest storage, whatever. I don't know if you can turn around your backpack. I see you have like a drop icon here showing up, and basically he's dragging it into the actual backpack itself, so it won't be visible on the outside.
In groups, people bringing all the healing with them because the other guys.
So this one says 120 out of 120. It even tells you how much cargo you have. It tells how many units. Basically, there's 17 of them.
Around them have all the ammo, that kind of thing.
So the question is, right? Basically, let's say you have the backpack representation in a 2D environment, right? I imagine one magazine is like this thick and this wide, okay? So this is the width that we see on the screen. Let's say the backpack is the actual representation of this window. By the looks of it, you can stack 2 magazines, 4 magazines, right? And 17 one on top of each other. So the backpack is definitely thick. I guess this
different aspects
depends. I don't know if they actually thought about it, but I guess they did.
Encourage communication and cooperation that change the way that you play the game and ultimately drastically impact the experience.
So if you've played Star Citizen, and I hope you have, then you'll be familiar with the global inventory. You're able to access anything you want at any location.
Global inventory will be gone.
You could be carrying a whale in your backpack, and we don't want that.
That is being nuked with prejudice. So from now on, you won't have access to the PMA. You will still have access to the VMA for all of your ships and your ship items and equipment, but anything related to your character will be in the local inventory. Local inventory is the largest space that you have access to.
And I really love the icons. You guys remember when we got the tier 0 inventory implementation, like the one we have now in 3.14? You press I and you see whatever you got. And basically there's some holograms which you don't really understand. So let's say you have free cans of juice, the fizz cola, the fizz I don't know what, which are different colors. You kind of don't know what they are, right? Unless you hover on top of them and you the pop-up says what they are, but visually
It's
you
not
can't
infinite,
identify.
but
Now,
it will be the largest space that you have access to.
by the
and
looks of
that
it,
is tied
they
to
updated these
what
these
you'd
icons.
imagine the location that you're in.
So let's take, for example, Port Olisar. Whilst I'm on the station, I can access Port Olisar and everything that I've stored within the location inventory. As soon as I leave the station and fly off, I can no longer access those items.
So when you open up your inventory, you'll be able to just press I or go through it, the person in a thought, and open up your inventory, and you'll see, okay, there's all of the gear on my character, and then you'll have another kind of window on the other side, which will show all of your local inventory.
That's going to make you consider, what am I going to take with me from this location? It's also introducing the concept of, oh, I want certain things in these locations, so I now have to move them there. I have to physically go there to put them in those locations.
Also, is it just me or the graphics on these this demo look insanely better than what we currently have? I think it might be just me. Look at the graphics, man.
Another key aspect of local inventory, which you now set to the very first time that you sign in, is your home location.
That home residence has two purposes. One, it becomes your regeneration point, your default regeneration point, whether the hospital or the nearest hospital nearby. And the other thing is that it becomes your default home location for all of your gear, equipment, subscriber flares, vehicles, everything that you own will be deposited at this location.
So we've touched on the largest scale inventory that we have, the location inventory. The next one down is a vehicle inventory. And that marries an inventory container with a ship interior.
And this is it, guys. The star of today. MPUV Argo Cargo. I think this one is the personnel, though.
That marries an inventory
I
container
might be
with a ship
mistaken.
interior. In the same way that you have to be a location in order to access your location inventory,
Oh,
you
it's
have
the
to be
cargo.
inside your ship to access your vehicle inventory.
I mean, I kind of wish you had like a search field in it, right? To be able to search or sort by type, because otherwise it's going to be a mess. I know Tarkov has some filters in the inventory to see ammo and attachments
Larger
and
ships will
weapons
have more
and
inventory,
such.
and smaller ships will have less inventory. And this is simulating all of the lockers and all the physical storage that you would have had on those ships.
The interface allows you to drag and drop from location to vehicle, so you'll be able to move items between locations.
And apparently, no matter where you are, you can equip and unequip things, which
The
is,
next inventory scale down
I don't know, it's not that immersive. I wish in the Carrack, right? Just go to the actual storage thing. Maybe once the items will actually get physicalized and the storage will get physicalized, you'll have to go to the actual locker and pick things up, right? Because being in the middle of the Carrack, being in the cargo bay, should you be able to equip things?
is external
No.
inventory, and that's any inventory container that you interact with that's basically in a box.
It can be on a ship, or it can be a crate out in the world, or it can be a loot box. It can be anything. It could even be the corpses that you leave.
Also, is the stock detachable? Initially, I thought it's foldable, but apparently the stock on this one is detachable. Which
It could even
I
be
never seen
the corpses that
seen
you
that.
leave.
When you kill someone, the amount of flesh and bones that they leave behind is something you can
And here are the future gameplay loops, chat. Bunker mission, security post, career, whatever will finally have a purpose. I will do a challenge. Never buy anything from a store. I guess I'll have to buy ammo because I don't think you can loot ammo.
interact with and start rummaging around inside.
But
It's an interface that allows you to
I,
drag off
technically
armor,
NPCs
weapons,
should
etc.
have like ammo on them, right?
So finally, the smallest form of inventory is personal inventory, and that's anything that has an inventory container attached to it that you can wear. So whether that's trousers and jacket, there'll be a corresponding UI container for your jacket pockets, for your trouser pockets, etc. That's environment suits, that's core armor, that's leg armor,
And backpacks now are separated from cores, so you can choose which armor you prefer based on the choices that you want, and you'll be able to associate a different backpack to the armor.
I guess now finally Antonio can do proper food delivery with his Idris. He'll get his backpack, go and get a torpedo burrito or a pizza eventually if we get it in game, a can of fizz cola, and I'll create a beacon while I'm mining. Hey Antonio, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry. Go bring me some food, right? He'll come with his backpack. Bam, bam, bam. Hey Kozlov, look what I got, mate. It's a torpedo burrito just for you.
Light goes
Antonio's
with light,
dream will become a
medium can have
reality.
medium and light, and heavy can have heavy, medium, and light.
So with all these different types of inventories, different sizes and whatnot, that brings us to asking, how do you track where everything is? How do I know where I've left that bag of ammo? That brings us to Knickknacks, which is a new mobile app that we're introducing alongside inventory.
You're able to load up knickknacks.
So this one apparently has a location filter and a type of inventory, I imagine, filter. What I don't see here is a search field. I think a search field will be more
Look
important.
at it, and at any moment, get a real-time
Because basically you have to go through each location and look for the item yourself. And if you have shit ton of crap all over the verse, it will be a nightmare to find something, right? Of course, you might have like duplicate items, but it will be kind of hard to keep track of your things.
update of all of the items that you have. So you want to know where that P6LR is. And you're like, oh, where did I leave it? Oh, I left it on my ship. That's
No, I left it on my... How do you identify, oh, I left it on my ship? If you don't have a search field, you have to go through everything, including ships.
in Port Olisar. Oh, cool. I can go and get that.
As with many
Yeah,
other features
easier
that we
said
released for
than
Star
done.
Citizen, there's more to come. We'll continue to improve it and work on it and flesh out additional functionality. There's a lot more things to consider, to remember.
The question is, right? What I don't get with this personal inventory thing and localized inventory. If I have an IMPUV cargo full of guns, let's say, okay, in its storage, I store it, let's say, at Grimhex. If I go to Grimhex and access the local inventory at Grimhex, do I get the inventory from the MPUV? Do I get the inventory for every ship I stored on the station, or do I need to go through in each ship, spawn it like on the pad, and access its inventory? Because that would be a pain.
And to coordinate
By the looks of it, I think
we're moving towards what the
the
game
station
is intending
inherits
to be.
the stored ship's
It's very
inventory.
easy as game designers or game developers to focus on individual mechanics and say, oh, this mechanic does this and this mechanic does this. But what my job is and what I'm trying to help deliver and, is to deliver Chris Roberts' vision. And that vision is this Star Citizen experience that everybody loves and wants to play and everybody is working towards. And inventory and healing are huge ways of moving towards that goal. And the biggest thing that you'll notice is that
Totally
they're going
agree.
to change how you play the game.
So what
Totally
we learned
agree on
this
that.
week, there's an enormous shift coming to the way everything from shop.
Well, I think the episode was interesting. They haven't offered much details. Maybe we're gonna see more things on CitizenCon or on the upcoming weeks.